Hello and welcome to the BE.STEAK.A kitchen. My name is Chef Patrick and today I'll be demonstrating how to prepare your Campanelle alla ricotta. This is a lobster and seafood pasta. This is what the Campanelle looks like. I've already gone ahead and started my pasta in the water. This cooks for about 4 minutes in the water and then you'll cook it for about another 30 seconds to a minute in your sauce. But it's a beautiful pasta, kind of a horn flower shape. This is a lobster bisque or a lobster stock with cherry tomato, garlic, white wine. This is a seafood combination of lobster and Dungeness crab with a little bit of dill and olive oil. This is already cooked. You will not need to cook it very long in your sauce. You're going to add it towards the very end. We have a little bit of olive oil here that you're going to use to finish, similar to how you would finish with butter. And you'll notice you have another little olive oil here. This is for garnishing at the end over your pasta in the plate. And then lastly, for plating, you have a little bit of smoked creme fraiche, some garlic breadcrumbs, and a little bit of lemon for flavor. So let's get our sauce started. Now again, your Campanelle is going to cook in the water for about 4 minutes. So you'll probably want to give it a couple of minutes before you start heating up your sauce. Campanelle is kind of a fun shape. There's not really a particular origin necessarily, even though one might assume it comes from Campania because of its name. It's really more of a shape I think that was developed just because it was really pretty and somebody wanted to do something different. Still a great shape to work with. I really like it with seafood pasta and with the sort of looser sauces, just because it holds really nicely in the folds and the sauce kind of collects in the bottom of that horn, for lack of a better word. So once our pasta is cooked and our sauce is kind of coming to a little bit of a simmer, we can go ahead and add our pasta to our sauce. Now I'm using a non-stick pan. Again, as with other pastas, I encourage a non-stick pan when you're cooking at home. It helps the pasta just not stick so much. But as long as you're moving your pasta around pretty regularly, you can use a pan that's not non-stick. We're going to let it cook in the sauce for just a moment before we add our seafood. We're looking to reduce our sauce slightly as well as just marry it with the pasta. The starch from the pasta will kind of tighten the sauce up a little bit.
Almost soup-like right now.
Yes, exactly, and it should be kind of loose. It should be lighter. When we add our seafood and we add our olive oil, it's going to tighten up even more. So we want our sauce to stay fairly loose for the moment. And we can go ahead and put our seafood into the pan now. And again, as I said before, the seafood is already cooked, so you don't need to cook it for very long. You'll see chunks of the Dungeness crab or the lobster. And I'm tossing my pasta, but you can use a spoon or a spatula at home. And we just want to let everything kind of cook together just briefly, because again, we don't need to cook that seafood for too long. Just want everything to heat all the way through.
That pasta will absorb quite a bit too, won't
it will, it really will. It's going to take on a lot of that sauce. And especially once you add the olive oil, it's kind of the secret ingredient here. We're going to go ahead and drizzle that olive oil in. And like I said, just like it would with butter, the olive oil is going to emulsify into the sauce and add a lot of richness and flavor. You can already see it's shiny. It's creating this shiny sheen over the pasta.
Almost kind of like a Mediterranean fish soup.
Exactly. It has kind of
oil.
that. Yeah, and you want that oil. The oil has so much flavor. And again, it wouldn't be wrong to finish with butter, but I do think in this case the oil is a better finishing fat, for lack of a better word. And that's about where you want it. You want the sauce to stay a little bit loose, because again, we're going to top this off with some breadcrumb. Now, the creme fraiche that I have, you're welcome to put it over the top, but I kind of like to put it on the bottom of the plate. Sort of that surprise. When you get to you don't get it in your first couple of bites, but you get it in your second couple of bites. Go ahead and get our pasta plating up here, and it's just going to mix in with that creme fraiche. This is a pretty healthy portion too, so alright, there's a little bit more sauce over the top. Okay, and then like I said, we're going to sprinkle our breadcrumbs over the top here. Sorry about our little mess there. And the breadcrumbs are going to help absorb some of that extra sauce. We have a little lemon wedge. Just give it a little squeeze. And then lastly, our little pipette of olive oil over the top. And that'll finish your pasta. So again, this is our campanelle with lobster sauce. Thank you so much for supporting us here at BE.STEAK.A. We really can't wait to have you guys here at the restaurant. We hope you enjoy. Thank you so much. Have a good night.
Thank you, Chef.